Hello? Okay, no. I left the camera on because I'm scared. I keep getting an anxiety like somebody like cutting across the stomach into the fat. Like an anxiety of it. Like it was me or somebody. I don't understand why. Like somebody cutting across somebody's stomach into the layers of fat, like across it from left to right or right to left or something like that. And like through the layers of the fat. I don't know why. Maybe because of a hernia. I don't know what it is. Anxiety of it. Of it. Of an it. Where's you, it? It can be good, and it can be good. It is bad. One time there was an it at this house. You want to hear about all the scary? The person stopped watching because he got afraid. You want to hear about all the scary? Oh, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about anything scary. I was going to tell you about every scary creature I was ever afraid of. Going back to when I was a kid. The only two movies I was really afraid of when I was like 10 were when I stayed at my friend Jason's house. I'm not going to say his last name. I should have said his last name. He was one of my good friends. And I stayed at his house, and he played Friday the 13th. And I was in the basement of her house, and the Jason was the killer in the movie, and my friend Jason fell asleep back in his room, and the lights were off, and oh shit, I heard something. And I was afraid of some. I think the other movie was Silver Bullet. These werewolves, but it was like, yeah, that's dumb as shit. How could a fucking a fucking werewolf? No, that's mean. I shouldn't curse. I shouldn't curse. But how could that's stupid? How could a werewolf exist? That's like kind of stupid. A dog and a wolf, maybe, but not a werewolf. That's kind of stupid. I was afraid of the movie when I was like a child. I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was called Silver Bullet. I might drink a caffeinated drink. How awful. Feels like something like an anxiety, like cutting into a stomach from left to right or something like that. And like it goes through the fat, like where somebody would have a surgery or a liposuction. A liposuction. Like some anxiety of it, like cutting across the stomach, but only through the layer of skin and fat, the layers of skin and fat. I don't know where that anxiety showed up. I was worried it was me. Thank God it wasn't my loved one. So I was like, oh, maybe it's me or some random thing. Just put my hand under old toilet paper that I used to wipe up water that fell on the bed. But I'm leaving the camera on because I got scared. I'm eating grapes. Ugh. I had two of them. I was going to have an energy drink because I have no calories. And it didn't really give me anxiety. This one kind of energy drink didn't give me anxiety. Monster, low carb, that's blue. It's the classic no calorie one that they made. And it used to be the Rockstar energy drink, no calorie. But then they changed the formula and it was just awful. And you can't really drink energy drinks every day. Like, I'd have them here and there and then just wouldn't have them for like... So I turned the camera on because I got afraid. Because, I saw the door opening and closing in the crawl space, and I caught it on video. I got it on video in the video. I got it on video in a live video. I hope I don't. See, I haven't had any surgery. My physical body is an athletic, really good shape, especially considering how heavy I am. I'm pretty athletic. But that's been a thing. I've had to try to stay light so I could still run. And generally, I wouldn't run for like sometimes up to a year because I didn't want to put the pressure. I didn't want to put the stress on my joints for how heavy I was. So I lifted weights instead, and it strengthened my joints and tendons for how heavy I am. But then one time, God, to do what was right, he made me run and jog, even though I knew it was hurting my knees and stuff, and I had to do it because it was right, and it was what God wanted me to do. And generally, I'm really careful with my body, and I don't like to get hurt even in a small way. So God kept me safe from being hurt physically or having any serious problems. But the unrest I've been put through, with my mind and heart, doing God's work is way more. It was unrest, way more than almost probably maybe anyone I've met, and it made me start hoping to be at peace from it. And I hoped to die about 20,000 times to finally not finally be in hell. So that would be for you, not for you, but if you were suicidal like I was, or whatever it's called. I wasn't allowed to say that. It sounds like a knife cutting somebody, so I couldn't even say it. But that's how I felt, and that's how difficult it was. Like, it was just sometimes 14 hours a day of unrest every moment, hoping to die. Like, on Memorial Day weekend, I hoped to die 200 times, when you include Memorial Day too, 200 times to be at peace. And I think I'm allergic to caffeine, but if I quit caffeine, then suddenly, and then drink caffeine one day, I have no anxiety. But if I try to do it the next day, generally it would give me anxiety. So I have to try to not drink it, even though it would make me, I don't know. But I'd like to quit caffeine, and maybe I could be at peace like other people get to be. And then I wouldn't want to hope to die. But I'm not depressed anymore. Like, right now, I'm really not depressed. And I would never hurt myself. Like, God made it so I couldn't hurt myself because I worked so hard at being in good health. What if I'm a ghost? What if I'm a ghost and this is not even real? What if I am a ghost and this is... I'm not a ghost. Stupid. Of course I wouldn't be a ghost. I'd probably go right to be with God and Jesus if I died. But I was kind of sinful again today. Here and there I get a little sinful again. And then it's like, oh no, what would happen if I did die? I might have to get judged for how sinful I was again. But I don't go back to as sinful as I used to be when I was at my meanest. I got better from how sinful and mean I used to be. That I got into some habits of, and that are not just habits, it's bad. Why does it feel like somebody would cut my stomach open from left to right, like a surgery of, like in through the fat layers? And then wouldn't even go into my organs or any of that. It was like an anxiety, like one of those people who they cut their stomach from left to right or something, and it just cuts through this. Whose was that? Somebody else's problem? Or not problem, but worry? I hope they're okay. Not a problem. I worded that wrong. Not a problem. You know, how can I be kind to them so they don't have to worry about it? Maybe they got a surgery. No, I guess I better turn the camera off. I better go. I've had to be without a woman to love and who loves me in real life. I gotta go. Praise God. Praise Jesus. Bye.